Tom was an ordinary boy who lived in a small village. He loved exploring the fields and forests near his home. One sunny morning, while walking through the woods, Tom saw something shiny under a pile of leaves. Curious, he picked it up and found an old, rusty key. Tom wondered what the key might open. He decided to look around the forest to find something unusual. After walking for an hour, he stumbled upon a wooden chest hidden behind a large tree. The chest was locked, and the key fit perfectly. With excitement, Tom opened the chest and found it full of old coins, maps, and letters. The letters told stories of a treasure hidden long ago by an adventurer. Tom couldn't believe his luck. He showed the chest to his parents, who helped him contact a local historian. The historian explained that the chest belonged to an explorer from their village and would now be preserved in the local museum. Tom felt proud that his discovery would be shared with everyone. From that day, Tom became even more curious about history and often visited the museum to learn about the past. His small adventure turned into an exciting story for the whole village. Emma is a young woman who lives in a small town. Every morning, she wakes up early to enjoy the sunrise. She makes a cup of tea and sits by the window, watching the birds fly across the sky. This is her favorite part of the day. After breakfast, Emma goes to her job at a local bookstore. She loves working there because she gets to meet new people and recommend books to customers. Sometimes, she even reads stories to children who visit the store with their parents. In the afternoon, Emma takes a break and walks in the park near her workplace. The fresh air and green trees help her feel relaxed. She often takes pictures of flowers and posts them on her social media. In the evening, Emma spends time with her family. They cook dinner together and talk about their day. Before going to bed, she reads a few pages of her favorite novel. Reading helps her unwind and prepares her for a good night's sleep. Emma's day is simple, but she finds happiness in the little things that make life special.
Spending time outdoors can have a remarkable impact on both mental and physical well-being. Activities like hiking, cycling, and even a simple walk in the park allow people to connect with nature, which is known to reduce stress and boost mood. Studies show that people who spend more time outside are generally happier and healthier. Fresh air, sunlight, and the sounds of nature can improve concentration, reduce anxiety, and increase energy levels. Outdoor activities are also beneficial for physical health. Hiking and cycling, for example, provide good cardiovascular exercise, which strengthens the heart and lungs. Additionally, outdoor activities can improve sleep patterns. People often sleep better after spending time outdoors, because exposure to natural light helps regulate the body's internal clock. In a world where many people spend hours in front of screens, taking time to step outside is more important than ever. Whether it's a short walk in the neighborhood or a weekend camping trip, outdoor activities are an easy way to improve health and well-being. For those looking to boost their mood, improve their health, or simply take a break from daily routines, the outdoors offers countless benefits.
Sophia had always dreamed of working in a bakery. She loved the smell of fresh bread and pastries and enjoyed baking at home with her grandmother. When she got a job at Sweet Delights Bakery, she was excited but nervous about her first day. Early in the morning, Sophia put on her uniform and arrived at the bakery. The manager, Mr. Johnson, greeted her warmly and showed her around. She learned where the ingredients were kept, how to use the baking equipment, and how to arrange the pastries in the display. Her first task was to help prepare cupcakes. With the chef's guidance, she measured flour, sugar, and butter carefully. As the cupcakes baked in the oven, the bakery filled with a delicious aroma. Sophia then decorated the cupcakes with colorful icing and sprinkles. Later, Sophia helped a customer choose a birthday cake. She listened carefully to what they wanted and suggested a chocolate cake with a "Happy Birthday" message written in icing. The customer was delighted. At the end of the day, Sophia felt tired but happy. Mr. Johnson praised her hard work and said she was a great addition to the team. Sophia knew that her dream job was just beginning, and she couldn't wait for another day at the bakery. One rainy afternoon, Emma was walking home from school when she heard a soft whimper. She looked around and saw a small puppy hiding under a bench. The puppy was shivering and looked scared. Emma carefully approached the puppy and spoke softly. Are you lost, little one? The puppy wagged its tail but didn't move. Emma gently picked it up and noticed it had a red collar with a tag. The tag read, Buddy, with a phone number. Emma decided to help. She took the puppy home, dried him off, and gave him some water. Then, she called the phone number on the tag. A worried voice answered, Buddy is our dog. We've been looking for him all day. Thank you so much. Soon, Buddy's owners arrived. They were an elderly couple who lived nearby. They thanked Emma and gave her a box of chocolates as a token of appreciation. Emma felt happy knowing she had helped reunite Buddy with his family. From that day, Buddy always wagged his tail excitedly whenever he saw Emma, as if saying, thank you. Anna was excited when she heard that a new family had moved into the house next door. She decided to visit them and say hello. Carrying a plate of freshly baked cookies, Anna knocked on their door. A woman opened the door and smiled warmly. Hello, I'm Mrs. Wilson, she said. Anna introduced herself. Hi, I'm Anna. I live next door. Welcome to the neighborhood. Thank you, Anna, Mrs. Wilson replied. Please come in. Inside, Anna met Mr. Wilson and their two children, Jack and Lily. The kids were playing with their dog, Max. Anna handed the cookies to Mrs. Wilson and said, I hope you like chocolate chip cookies. Jack and Lily looked excited. We love cookies, they said together. Anna chatted with the Wilsons for a while. They talked about their hobbies and favorite foods. Mr. Wilson said he enjoyed gardening, and Mrs. Wilson mentioned she loved painting. Anna told them about her love for reading books. As Anna was leaving, Mrs. Wilson said, Thank you for the warm welcome, Anna. You are always welcome here. Anna felt happy to have made new friends and looked forward to spending more time with the Wilsons.
Late one evening, Sarah returned home after a long day at work. Her apartment felt unusually cold. As she stepped inside, the familiar creaks of the old wooden floor echoed through the dark hallway. She flipped the light switch, but the lights flickered once and then went out, plunging the room into darkness. A low, strange whisper reached her ears, but it was so faint she couldn't tell where it was coming from. At first, she thought it was her imagination. She ignored it and made her way to the living room. Suddenly, a cold breeze brushed against her neck, as though someone had passed behind her. She froze in place, heart pounding. Is someone there? She called, but her voice trembled. There was no reply, just the growing sound of whispers, closer now. Sarah's hand shook as she grabbed her phone to turn on the flashlight. In the beam of light, she saw shadows dancing on the walls, moving in a way shadows shouldn't. Then she saw it, a figure standing at the far end of the hallway. Its form was human-like, but there were no features on its face, just an empty, dark void where eyes and a mouth should be. Sarah's breath caught in her throat. The figure raised its hand, slowly reaching out toward her. As the whispers became deafening, in a panic, she turned and ran, but no matter how fast she moved, the shadows followed. The whispers grew louder, their words clearer now. You can't leave. Sarah reached the front door, yanked it open, and rushed into the hallway of her apartment building. She gasped for air, heart racing. When she turned to look behind her, the door slammed shut on its own, and the whispers stopped, but the chill remained, and she knew the shadows would be waiting when she returned. Every Saturday morning, Leo visited his favorite bakery to buy fresh bread and pastries. It was a small, cozy place with delicious smells and a friendly baker named Mrs. Gomez, who always greeted him with a smile. One Saturday, as Leo entered, he noticed a sign on the counter, "Baker for a day, try making your own bread." Leo was curious and asked Mrs. Gomez about it. Mrs. Gomez explained, "We're hosting a small class today for anyone who wants to learn how to bake. Would you like to join us?" Leo hesitated but decided to give it a try. He had always loved eating bread, but he'd never made it himself. The class began with Mrs. Gomez showing the group how to mix flour, water, salt, and yeast to make dough. Leo found it a bit tricky, but enjoyed kneading the dough. After a while, he placed his dough in the oven, excited to see how it would turn out. When the bread finished baking, Leo took his first bite and was surprised by how delicious it was. He couldn't believe he had made it himself. At the end of the class, Mrs. Gomez handed everyone a small recipe card so they could try baking at home. Leo thanked her and walked out with a warm loaf of bread and a big smile, feeling proud of his new skill.